Sensational speculation that King Charles's coronation could trigger a constitutional crisis over his admission of adultery has been dismissed by leading experts. Anthony Holden, who wrote the King's biographer, wrote in The Guardian on Friday and said any coronation was likely to be invalid. Holden wrote, "The Church of England has never crowned a divorced man as king, let alone one who publicly confessed to adultery. The women involved wanted to be crowned queen." The late Robert Runcie, former Archbishop of Canterbury, told me that this would require a change in the coronation vows, which would require a new Act of Parliament. Hello and welcome to Royal Insider. If you're here for the first time, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss all our royal updates. Given the practice in Parliament of not debating the monarchy without the monarch's consent, the Prime Minister would have to seek permission from King Charles. That would create a constitutional crisis, Runcie told me. King Charles today paid tribute to the Rottweiler of God Pope Benedict XVI after his death at the age of 95, with the monarch expressing his deep sadness at the former pope's death, praising his work to promote all human endeavour, peace and goodwill. In the minutes after the death of Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI was announced on Saturday morning, tributes poured in from around the world, with the Vatican revealing that the dead pontiff would be given a simple funeral. The atmosphere of the year-end festivities was palpable in the square in the Bavarian city, where the former pope was born in 1927, while the church bells rang solemnly on St. Oswald's Church in Marktellender near the Austrian border. The king acknowledged the former pope's tireless efforts to promote peace and strengthen the relationship between the Anglican and Roman Catholic churches around the world, adding that he was deeply saddened by the news. Holden's view of the monarchy has changed over time. In 2002, he wrote an article for The Guardian titled From Flag Waver to Republican, in which he wrote, "The more I study Windsor Castle, the more I become a Republican." But Sir Vernon Bogdano, research professor at the Centre for British Politics and Government at King's College London, rejected Holden's arguments. He said, Charles and Camilla's wedding was followed by prayer and devotion led by Archbishop Rowan Williams. It certainly overturns what Robert Runcie may or may not have said. It is clear that the king followed the rules of the church. I think Rowan Williams explains church rules better than Anthony Holden. Royal biographer Hugo Vickers said, "I don't see what the problem is. Holden has had a grudge against the king for years. I will tell him that times move on." Solicitor Geoffrey Robertson, KC, said, "The coronation has nothing to do with the law, it's just a silly and superstitious Church of England ceremony. Charles should not have been crowned by a minority church at all." A Lambeth Palace spokesman said, "We cannot comment on alleged private conversations that Robert Runcie had while he was Archbishop between 1980 and 1991. But apparently a lot has changed since then, both in society and in the Church of England." The current Archbishop, Justin Welby, is looking forward to the coronation of King and Queen Charles III in May.